Yes, Jamie, Joanne, Angela, Andrea. Yes, glad to connect. Jay, Marielle, Jody, April. I'm so grateful to be here with you all. Yes, Jojo. Forgot your name in here. Nancy. It's very rainy, and so it's quite dark. And I've noticed that if I have this open, it's just the angle of the light is, I don't know, I don't like that. I mean, it's kind of cool, like spiritually, like, but I think it's better like this. I get to put on my list to get another selfie light, or yeah, unless I still have one. But anyway, hi Karen. Hi Kelly. Who all knows of Bashar? Has heard of him? Welcome, Marina. I just finished listening to a Bashar meditation. It was beautiful. It was called Hollow something. Yeah. If you don't know Bashar, he's in the realm of Abraham, like the same sort of like transmission as far as it being channeled messages, and it's about, law of attraction, manifestation, and just the spiritual journey. I've heard of him for years. I've listened to it a bit, and now getting more into it, and it was, yeah, this beautiful meditation that I like just finished right now. So, yeah, it was about reminding us who we really are. And actually, I was listening to him the other day, and he had this list of affirmations. So he gave an exercise. It was like, do this for an hour as a meditation. And like every 5 minutes, you have a meditation you meditate on, and he gave a list of them. I didn't write down all of them, but the one I wrote down that really, and it was the first one he gave in the list, I think, was, I am who I am for a reason. I am who I am for a reason. And that so deeply resonated with me, because that's the conundrum, and that's the journey, and that's, what I teach here, what I'm learning and what I'm teaching. Especially if, thinking about, we're almost finished with our book study, There's Nothing Wrong with You, from that book. And it's about correcting that core limiting belief that most all of us got when we were kids, that, we're bad and wrong, and we did things wrong. So then we internalize that to, I am wrong, I'm not enough, all that. So this affirmation was very beautiful. I am who I am for a reason. And he said something like, we came here to be exactly who we are. We came here to be us. And so that's why it hurts so bad when we judge ourselves, and when we, quote, hate ourselves, or have these limiting beliefs that we're not good enough. Because it goes against what we're up to here. What if you came into this world exactly as you're meant to be? Nothing's broken, nothing needs fixed. It's just about unbecoming, all the layers of shit that are in the way of tuning into that core of who you are. You are who you are for a reason. All pieces and parts and And then what if you gave yourself permission to be who you are and to give up that fight and that struggle that you've got to be different or change? And it doesn't mean that we don't want to do our best. And if we have things in our lives come up and it presents itself to us, that we don't take action towards that, but that we release any need that, once I get here, then I'll be okay. Once A, B, and C happens, then I can love myself, or then I'll be at peace, or then I'll like myself, or then I'll feel good enough. Hello, April with a Y. Hi, Jason. So, I am who I am for a reason. What does that open up for y'all? So is there anybody new here that's joining me for the first time that would like to say hi? I haven't been live in a number of days, and it was good for me to have that pause, and it makes it even more special to be here with you, as it always is, and also even more. So, hi Rose and Gary, and welcome Marina. I thought I hadn't seen you before, but didn't want to assume, so thank you for saying hi. Oh, hello Soul from Brazil. Amazing. Ooh. Cool, Jamie. Hi, Louise. Nice to see you. Yeah, I live in Bali, for those who don't know, and it's supposed to be dry season, and whatever is happening. So it's been like a downpour since last night, and it's in the morning time here. So it's a beautiful green. I mean, it's always green back there, but yeah, it was like torrential a few minutes ago. So, and yeah, it's just a bit overcast. So, hi, Linda. So, if you are new, I'm Natalie, a spiritual life coach and Reiki Master Teacher. And yeah, I have a number of meditations here on Insight Timer. Please check them out. Thank you all for the donations that you've given anytime since I've known you. And, sometimes people give after they listen to a meditation or in the live stream or something like that. So just appreciate all of the abundance as it comes in. I'm doing my money mindset program right now, and there's a guy called Brian Scott, and he has these, subconscious reprogramming meditations. And his most popular one is like, large sums of money come to me from multiple sources on a continuous basis. So yeah, thinking of that when I think about, coming from multiple sources. I woke up to a nice donation here in Insight Timer. So always appreciated. Please give me a follow here if you don't already. I was live streaming double on my YouTube channel last week because I was in Malaysia with better internet. I didn't want to gamble today because I really wanted to make sure we had our live stream. So I'm recording this and I will upload it as a regular video on my YouTube channel. So you can catch all my replays there. either in the live tab section if it was recorded live, or just my normal video section if it was like a recording like this. Yeah, and follow me Facebook, Instagram, check out my website, etc. So today we're going to be doing a deep dive collective oracle and tarot card reading, which is so fun and awesome. So if you're here now, it's for you if you choose to accept it. Your mission if you choose to accept it. Or if you catch it on the replay whenever you hear this, it's for you if you resonate with the messages. So we'll dive into that in a few minutes, and then we'll end the session with powerful Reiki and ancestral clearing, which can bring peace, healing, clearing. Does anybody not know what Reiki is or has not experienced Reiki? Also, ancestral clearing is what it sounds like, and it's a specific process that I have training in from a teacher who has this method that he's been doing for 30 years. His name's John Newton, healthbeyondbelief.com if you want to check him out. He has monthly free calls if that's interesting. So that's what's in store for today. And yeah, we've been going live here in this Saturday Night Live stream for probably 3 years now. And I just love it, being here with y'all and sort of having the energy of Saturday Night Live. That's why this name, it just popped in sometime over the past 3 years. So it's kind of more of just an open, fun weekend vibe, and also still powerful and impactful. Yeah, so that's what we're up to today. So, yeah, how was y'all's week? If anybody cares to share something. Nothing more is coming through from me at this exact moment. It's been my birthday a few weeks ago. So June is my birthday month. I'm a Gemini. So speaking is my forte. My last name is Speakman. Speaking is my forte. Hi, Zen. Glad to see you. Oh, yeah, the solstice and the full moon. Is that how it always happens for those who know? I mean, I don't know about this stuff, obviously, or I don't know much. Like, is the solstice, is that how they mark it? Or was it randomly on a full moon? I feel like that's a dumb question. But there are no dumb questions. But yeah, so here in Bali, they worship nature. So they're Hindu, but they're not just Hindu. They're also animistic, which means nature worshipers. So the culture here is beautiful. So every month they have a full moon ceremony and the solstice. I even called it the equinox to my friend, but I was like, that doesn't sound right, the summer equinox, but but yeah, they had an extra big ceremonies all over the island for the solstice. You can always tell in Bali when there's a big holiday because they put out offerings everywhere, every day, all the time. And when it's a bigger, holy day, they have a bigger offering. They have these more intricate ones that they put out in front of their house. So yeah, as I was walking yesterday, I saw, this is different. They had these different plants that I've never really seen them use before. And I'm thinking, that's probably their solstice offerings. So Angela, you took an extra day off. I know how important that is for you. I really acknowledge you for that, Angela. Amazing. Awesome. Jamie, you had a very good week. Ooh. Putting yourself in a humiliating situation. So it sounds like you did something physical that was outside of your comfort zone, I'm imagining, and that you turned it into a meditative experience that turned out amazing. Awesome victory. Thank you, Louise, and those birthday wishes. The full moon, a few of you saw. Linda, so you mean the solstice? Full moons occur within a day of the solstice, I imagine. Oh, every 19 to 20 years. Oh, so this was very special then. This was extra special. Okay. I have some FOMO right now because I was seeing posts about what to do for the solstice full moon, rituals and intentions, and I never see that stuff or get into that stuff. Like, I see it from afar and then I see it afterwards and then I wish I would have done something and then I make myself wrong, and or that's the pattern in the past. So, oh, okay, Jamie. Okay, so you got to communicate what you were available for, is what I'm reading, right? Like, what you're available for physically is not like you aren't available to do that. I like that phraseology. I use that, like, I offer that just with clients or whatever when setting boundaries and stuff, of like thinking about what are you available for, and it could even be physically too, so something out of your physical comfort zone, you're not available for it. Yeah, and you got to communicate that. Very good victory there. Hi, Kay. Hi, Tina. Liz. Ah, yes, Karen, I saw something about strawberry moon. Yep. No worries. So you were, Jamie, choosing yourself, honoring yourself, instead of like collapsing into ego, because ego would want to be seen a certain way, or like people pleasing, things like that. So you honored yourself, and even though it was uncomfortable, it would have been easier to collapse into the old pattern. Yeah, amazing. Very big victory. Who all can relate to that in some form or fashion besides me? So, Gary, you've been feeling a lot of unpleasant emotionality. Hi, Wendy. Yeah, great question. So, has anybody else been feeling that? I would imagine, full moons, it's a thing. Like, it does bring up energies and stuff. And also, I would imagine a solstice full moon, I wouldn't be surprised that it would bring things up. Yeah. Soul. So the last 15 days, what makes you realize or think about 15 days? specifically. So I pulled just now from this, well, y'all don't, here we go. Work Your Light. I haven't used this deck in a while, so we're going to start our card reading with Star Mother, which now we're seeing this card come up a bit more. Like, remember a while ago, it was like, oh my God, I've never seen this one. And now I think it's the third time. So this energy is becoming activated and coming around for y'all. Star Mother, how can you mother yourself? So the invitation here for you is to do that. You know, Angela mentioned taking an extra day off work. That would be an example. Jamie even taking care of themselves in the way that they described is a way of mothering themselves. And it's like also in that example of like the uncomfortability of going through that process, then working with yourself, being compassionate, being that loving witness, being that mother energy to the parts that are afraid and scared and contracted. So, Gary, this could be for you and the others who said feeling unpleasant emotions. How can you mother yourself? And like, what are the qualities of mothering? For me, I think about softness, acceptance, like unconditional acceptance, loving awareness, safety, security, nurturing, nourishing, support, being able to like relax, have relief in that presence. Yeah. So we're going to see what further messages our Light Seers deck has. And get some more information. So I'm going to shuffle here. See what comes through. Ooh, somebody has a signpost on their profile pic that's got like a crossroads. I can't read what the words say. My favorite life coach, Steve Hardison, has that in his yard, like a signpost that has on one side, loving you, on the other side, be blessed. Because he says that everywhere all the time with when he posts things. Ooh, representing mother energy. Wow. I thought I saw something, it was Capricorn. Sometimes, like, I was just in Instagram. Sometimes those are old, like, from months ago. Hi, Mishi. Hi, Kira. Kieran. Where do I know Akira? I don't know. I apologize. Nice to see you. Oh, okay. Yeah, Wendy, I forgot. You're really good with astrology, and aren't you learning it? Or you have learned like evolutionary or karmic astrology or something? Ah, right. I really want to get into that. Y'all know that I love astrology, and I'm sort of a novice, or I would just say like I know enough to know something, but not a lot. I do offer astrology readings. I don't really advertise it so much because I love just researching people's charts. And also, like, I get to do, like, it takes so much research for me. Like, it's really not worth the price that I charge. So, yeah, astrology is so many layers, so intricate, but I do love it. So let's see, what are y'all's messages besides mothering yourself? Woo. Okay, we had the King of Pentacles pop out. Okay. Yeah, it was a jumper, Tina. And then we have the Hierophant, and then we have the King of Swords. So very interesting. And, you know, it was now interesting. I was thinking when I was describing mother energy earlier, just a minute ago, and like, what are the qualities of that? And then it was popping in my mind of like, what are the qualities of masculine energy? And interesting how this is a focus on feminine and mother energies. And then here we've got two kings in this, so which is the masculine. So these, you know, I usually read. So just so y'all know about tarot, kings and queens, knights and pages are called court cards, meaning like a royal court, right? Kings and queens, a court. In the tarot deck, they can mean literal people. So sometimes in readings, when you get a king, queen, etc., a court card, it will mean a person in your life. I usually read this as more of the energy of what this card represents rather than a literal person, although it could be. So in the way these cards have come out, these are all like highest level energies. So this is not an older man that's an asshole. Like sometimes, you know, when doing readings, there will be conglomerations of cards that might be like what we would call the high road or the low road of the energy. So these are like high road energies, meaning like this, like the high embodiment of the energy. So this could be read in one of two ways. You know, we have many people here, so take what you like and leave the rest. As I always say, don't force a message to fit. But there could be a helpful, older, masculine energy in your life right now. And masculine not being gender specific, just masculine energy. So that too. Also, oh yeah, Capricorn is father energy. So it could mean that somebody's recently come into your life or is about to, like ASAP. This isn't really future, it's more like past present. That a person has come in embodying this energy of a King of Pentacles, which is they are wise, they're helpful maybe with finances or with material possessions, home, car, job, career. There may have been somebody like this that has made a difference for you recently. If that isn't the case, then this is about you embodying this energy now for yourself, or like you're stretching yourself and opening yourself to kind of be a leader in your life around finances. You know, look, it's Pentacles. He's holding this coin. And look at him. He's relaxed. So what comes to mind is being relaxed about money. So it's either an invitation or a confirmation for you, if this is not like a person, that you are stretching into, and this is your invitation to move into a relaxation around the concept of money, the idea of money, even home, material possessions. What I'm really picking up on, he's like leaning back in an easy chair. He's not crouched for, he's not in survival. He's not grasping and clutching, because he knows he has created this. He knows he doesn't have to cling to this, because he knows that he can create more of this, and there's more where this has come from. So it's not about clinging and grasping onto this, pentacle that's right here as if it's a life raft and there's not anymore. He knows that it comes from himself and from his creation. And so he's not overly attached. And I feel like actually this all is going together. Because if you look at these as a whole, next we have the Hierophant. This is an energy of, in the traditional tarot, it's about like roles, it's about rituals, it's about like traditions, like religious and spiritual, and being like kind of the highest embodiment of that in a spiritual way. I actually want to read the Hierophant to y'all, because this, what I'm feeling like, is kind of, this is bridging these two kings together. So I feel like this is a message for y'all, that who all is having financial difficulties in their life, or fear. Maybe not even difficulties, maybe just fears, perceived difficulties. So I'm just going to search for Hierophant. I never know. It's Hierophant, Hierophant. Yeah. And I am too. So me too. And this morning in my meditation that I talked about earlier, what I noticed is there's just this overall energy of resistance and contraction around money and finances and bank accounts. And, there's fear, like, around the whole pentacle energy. And I was listening to Michael Singer, and just, I don't even know what he said in there, but it was just like, surrender to this. And I noticed that I haven't been surrendering to that arena of my life, because I'm not liking it right now, and there's fear and resistance. So I'm resisting it. This is so deeply ingrained. It's from childhood. So it's like, it's just kind of a natural stance that occurs until it doesn't, until, you start working with it, which is what I'm doing and what we're all doing here in our own ways with our own stuff. So it's just like this constant awakening and awareness to relaxing and releasing, being relaxed around money, being relaxed around finances. How does that feel? Instead of feeling like there's a problem encroaching on me, surrendering to it and welcoming it. Yeah. So this is the key, because the King of Swords is about your mindset. Swords are mind. Swords are air. Swords are thinking. Swords are ideas and concepts, beliefs, and it's another king. So it's like when you shift into being relaxed around money and finances and your financial situation, then you have this aha, this awakening, and just relax. It's like the Buddha, when he became enlightened, he looked up and laughed. How many of y'all have had that experience besides me, where it's either in a meditation or something? It doesn't have to be, but for me, it's been that way of like, I'm meditating or I'm going about something, and then there's a realization, there's an insight somehow, there's a miracle, there's a shift in perception. And then everything's not so damn serious anymore. And it's just like everything changes in my perception. Just like there's nothing serious going on here. When we can become relaxed, because money represents security and safety. You know, in the old days, it was like a home on the range or whatever, like on the farmland, in the fields. A home with land that you could farm and know and hope that you're going to get a good crop. So it's so deeply ingrained, and that's why it feels so, you know, I don't do reversals. So those of y'all that know about tarot, or maybe you've seen other readers, they draw cards in reverse. With my mind, I mean, I used to work with reversals, but then it was a mind fuck for me. And I'm just like, I'm just going to keep it simple. I'm only using uprights. If something does come in upside down, then it's like, wow, that's a really big message, but I don't do reversals. So I'm saying that because if I would have drawn this like this, then all the lack and scarcity stuff that I'm talking about would be represented by this card. It's basically this in the reverse, right? So we're talking about like being relaxed around money. So y'all have had those just glimmers, downloads. It's a collective thing, and we're overcoming that. So take this message in, because this is the key. This is the key. Powerful lessons, a spiritual leader or guide, a time to have faith, enlightenment, awakening, in service of spirit, finding your own path, an awakened soul, transformation and transcendence, and new paradigms. So of course it's perfect. It's like tying this all together with whatever Pentacles represents for you. You know, if your finances are stable right now, it might be, do you still have anxiety about it anyway? Even though you have enough, when you look at your accounts or you look at your reality, do you still feel insecure? Or you might literally, you know, be dealing with that. So this is the invitation here. This is pushing up against your stuff because it's moving you towards this awakening in your expansion and your evolution. You know, whatever you've created in your reality in any area, and this is pentacle related, so we're looking at material. Whatever you've created so far, you've created with a certain mindset and beliefs and actions driven by that mindset. If you want something different, it requires a new way of thinking, also with new actions, which this is so perfect for me y'all know that I'm in the middle of doing my group money mindset program. I mean, I might even share this with the group because this is exactly what we're doing in there. And so then, on the other side is this. Both of these kings, I mean, all of them too, they're all, look at their postures, look at their body language, they're relaxed. What would it feel like to relax? And it's a moment by moment thing, as everything is, of like when you notice the old thoughts, this energy around money, finances, materials. There's this inner resistance. It's conscious, but it's just coming to consciousness. You're just becoming more aware of it. So it's like this moment to moment noticing, there's that old pattern again, that old mindset. Okay, let me relax right now in this moment. I have a roof over my head, or, the bills are paid right now in this moment, etc. Whatever the fear-driven thought is. I'm glad this is helpful. So, the affirmation, and I may pull up the affirmations for the kings as well. The affirmation for this Hierophant. I am my own guru, and my highest guidance is rooted in faith. I am my own guru, and my highest guidance is rooted in faith. So this is about tuning into your inner self and knowing that your intuition, your king energy, your highest knowing is coming from faith. If you were coming from faith instead of fear, how would that shift your relationship with Pentacles? The default is fear-based, right? So that's what I'm saying. When you think about that subject and you notice the fear, let me lead myself. I am my own guru. We get to become self-led leaders in our mind with our thinking. The King of Swords has his shit together in his head. He has cleared his limiting beliefs and programs. He has had a paradigm shift. He's overlooking the mountains, the Himalayas. I imagine it's the Himalayas. This king, look at the library behind him. He has already acquired all the knowledge and wisdom. That's what I was saying earlier. He doesn't need to grasp this pentacle like it's a freaking life raft, because he knows with his wisdom and knowledge, he can create this again and again, because it's not about the money. It's not about this. So I'm going to read the description of this card, because this is the key to the whole reading. So just take this in. The Hierophant in the Lightseer's deck has been renamed Keeper of the Sacred. Hieros is a Greek word meaning sacred, and font has its roots in the Greek to show. This old soul has always known that his primary path in life was to show others the sacred, and he sits at the base of your step-by-step spiritual journey, welcoming guests with open arms. As he warmly greets those who arrive, he reminds them of their own divine makeup. You are made of God stuff, he whispers, fashioned with the same forces of creation that inspired the stars. As an awakened master, he is the personification of the gateway between Divine Source and the people he serves. Every stair behind him is a lesson that is unique to the individual who walks the path. As a seeker, you hold the power to vibrate with a little more light as you ascend upwards, up towards the one cosmic love that shines down and illuminates the path for us all. He holds in his mind's eye the energies of all religions, and he recognizes that, organized or not, there is deep wisdom at the heart of all spiritual teachings. It's the people who fail us, he winks. He lives a life of humility and service, but always in a way that demonstrates self-love. His t-shirt dons the prongs of the original Hierophant's Trinity scepter, because he openly holds admiration for the gods and the many wondrous faces of divinity that speckle our expanding universe. So the original Hierophant, I'm going to show you just so you can see it's quite different, the modern versus the original. But you can see the symbolism of like the religious figure here. So this has been, made more modern and open. And so, yes. Now I'm going to read the message for you about this Hierophant. As you search for your divine truth, you create frameworks of understanding that help you to expand your consciousness and that ground your faith into your reality. Your own spiritual beliefs should support you at this time, and if they don't, you're being asked to activate a deepening of your faith in order to find the guidance that you seek. When the Hierophant shows up in a reading, he's asking you to grow and to hold more light within your being that you ever have in the past. If you've been stuck in an old system or a structured way of acting or being, it's time to let that fall away in order to make space for a better version of you. Be open to new paradigms, perspectives, mentors, or teachers coming into your life at this time. The Hierophant serves as a living portal, and he may show up in a variety of lessons or circumstances. Look to the repeating patterns around you and strive to understand your own internal compass. Know that while there is wisdom and veracity in the teaching of the mystics, the voice of your own heart is the one voice that really matters the most. It's time to find the wisdom of the heavens within. Questions to ask yourself. Are you listening to the wisdom of your heart or placing others' messages above your own? Is there an old way of doing or being that you're holding on to? What would happen if you let go of an outmoded way of life? And what belief is getting in the way of your dreams? So as a spiritual life coach, those are amazing coaching questions that if I was coaching you one-on-one, we would dive into and that you can discern and discover for yourself. So what this is saying here is like, that this could be a literal person too that will help you bridge the gap into releasing the old belief structures and negative beliefs about money, finances, material possessions, so that you create and up-level this part of your reality, or all parts, whatever parts you're coming up against, wherever you feel stuck right now. So it could be a guide, a mentor, a coach. So is there somebody on your radar? It's amazing, the internet, it's changed our lives and it's so many amazing ways. So there's so many resources. There's free resources, there's paid resources. There's so many amazing people, practitioners, teachers, guides, mentors. So to seek that out. And I usually say, like for me, if you feel the heart's call to reach out to me to possibly be that guide, send me a message and we'll explore that. But whoever it is, you get to discern that. So, and you can look up what I just read, just lightseerswhatever.com, Hierophant, if you want to absorb that more deeply. And I did say that I wanted to read, not the whole thing with the kings, but I want to read maybe like the keywords and then the affirmation, because I love the affirmations with the Light Seers cards. So, King of Pentacles. The meanings are material abundance, personal growth, patience and determination, a confident and warm leader, expansion, a time to level up. Can't make this shit up. A time to level up. Okay, people. If you need a sign, here's your sign. It's shouting at you. So this is an awesome affirmation. Can somebody type this out in the chat? I'll say it a couple times. I dream my limitless potential into existence with steady desire and love. I dream my limitless potential into existence with steady desire and love. Ooh, that's so juicy. So, thank you, Louise. Hi, Maisha. Yeah, and if y'all want to affirm it for yourself too, you can type it. I dream my limitless potential into existence with steady desire and love. Maisha, this is King of Pentacles from the Light Seers deck. So this is for everybody. Now I will look at there's a new Light Seers Tarot deck coming out soon it's the same deck, but it's got some additional resources, just FYI for anybody that loves this deck like me. So now we'll read the King of Swords affirmation and overview. A clear thinker, a strong communicator and leader, blending material and spiritual pursuits, bravery and courage. And it says Occam's razor. Occam's razor is simpler solution or answer, more likely to be correct than the complex solution. So basically like keeping things simple. And this affirmation is, I use my unique intelligence wisely. I use my unique intelligence wisely. So this is perfect because it's saying, one of the descriptions of this is a blending of mental and spiritual pursuits, and being a strong communicator and leader. Both of these kings are leaders. So the message coming through for you very strongly is, you get to step up and be a leader in your own life. And where do you get to step up and be a leader in your own life? I mean, it really starts with our thinking. And I'm talking about this a lot because it's up for me personally, and I'm doing this. Of this idea about self-discipline, being self-love and self-discipline, like being the thing that stretches and expands us and helps us grow. Because self-discipline, so what it looks like is, okay, I'm going to exercise 5 times a week, right? And then the moment comes to go to the gym. And you don't want to at all. You feel like shit. But you told yourself and you made a promise that you were going to do it. And even though you don't want to, you're doing it anyway. That stretch is what I'm talking about. That's being a leader, a self-led, you're leading yourself. Because many of us, and I'm with you in this, it's like my whole life up until the recent-ish past, I would make promises to myself and break them all the time. I'd make promises inside of myself, and then I wouldn't do it, and then I would feel bad, but nobody else knew, so I'm only betraying and hurting myself. And when we don't care about ourselves, we say, like, we tell ourselves, oh, it's not that big a deal. It's just me. I didn't go to the gym when I say I would. Whatever, I'll go tomorrow. But that is deeply damaging to ourselves in the long run. So, and then when we show up in that way to ourselves, we show up everywhere with everyone else, and then we create that into our reality as well, where then we because we're breaking our word to ourselves. And I talk about this in my coaching one-on-one and in the groups, in the group money mindset, of like making these agreements. We make agreements with the group. Why is that important? Because we want to have a safe container. And it's like, I'm going to the gym 5 times a week. That means I'm showing up. If I don't, I get to clean that up. So when we get to do this within ourselves, how we do one thing is how we do everything. So this idea about self-discipline and being a leader, a self-led leader, leading ourselves. Now, it doesn't mean it doesn't mean you drag yourself bleeding to the gym. But 99% of the time, you can go, right? Like within reason, but not getting creative and making excuses and letting ourselves off the hook because we really don't feel like it. Y'all see the difference? So even me using the gym example, some of you did it. You said it, you did it. So that's a thing we talk about in coaching, is building this momentum. It's like a train, like Thomas the Train or whatever. What's that old children's book, The Choo Choo Train, and it went up the mountain? But it was like he didn't believe in himself, right? And then it was just like, I think I can, I know I can. So in this way, it's like, I said it, I did it, I said it, I did it. The smallest thing that's not small. Like for me, I am making myself, I'm committed. It's not even like making myself now. I'm committed. I have a disciplined set of daily morning practices. Or just if I don't do it in the morning, I must do it. I get to do it and I must do it, and I'm committed to doing it before the day is out. That meant the other day when I was traveling from Malaysia to Bali and I was like in this crazy travel day, I did not do my morning Tibetan rites yoga. And I told myself, like, well, but you're traveling tomorrow. You don't have to do it tomorrow. And then I said, Natalie, no. Or I thought this to myself, no, I'm doing this. It's perfectly reasonable. I got home at 2 p.m. It wasn't like I got home at midnight after 36 hours of travel. I got home at 2 p.m. after 12-ish hours of travel and very little sleep. I slept in Starbucks in the airport. That's fine. I made a promise to myself, when I get home, I am doing my yoga. Because it's about that, not betraying myself, keeping my word to myself, being in integrity, having that self-discipline. So these kings, they have mastered that. And so they have the results to prove it. They have, their mind doesn't have control over them. They have overcome their limiting beliefs and programs. They love themselves. They believe in themselves. They don't buy into their thinking. They are like Michael Singer with their thoughts. Singer says every moment, every second, every thought. You can't go unconscious if you really want to awaken. If you really want to be at the top of this, if you really want to feel like this every moment, it's possible. He says you've got to be committed, that you don't let a thought pass through your mind unaware or just buying into it. So this king has done that. This king has overcome all of that and created financial abundance and stability, and is a leader. And he has been a self-led leader. So, that's why coaching is good, because you have that support and accountability of, okay, I said I'm going to the gym, 5 times this week, or whatever the goal is, and then you're accountable to somebody else. You told somebody else, and somebody else cares, and somebody else will hold you accountable. How did that go? Did you go to the gym? Well, I went 4 times. That's great. What got in the way of you going the 5th time? Isn't that interesting? What do you want to do differently? This is very powerful work. Hi, Danny. Wow, awesome, Tina. 17 days, Qigong and yoga. Hi, Amelie. Hi, Laura. Ooh, awesome, Jamie. And yeah, being consistent. Consistency. So, you are the result of your actions, which are the result of your thoughts. So this is all possible for you. Hi, Jules. So if you're stuck, who all feels stuck in their life somewhere? I imagine there will be some of you that can relate to that. Yeah. And maybe not in every area, but is there an area where you feel stuck? Hello, other Tina. So I've offered, and I'm offering again, this visioning conversation as a gift to anybody who has not had a session with me before. It's complimentary. If you have had a session with me before, then I can offer it to you, just not as a total gift, but it's very powerful. In that we look at areas of your life, and then we look at where may you be stuck. And then looking at how you can get unstuck. Hi, or I just said that. Hi, Nancy. So, hi Britt, welcome. If you want to be considered and set that session up, send me a private message, reach out. I think we've got, wow, 3 Nancys in here now. Awesome. Sounds nice. So, and like I said, there's many ways, there's many avenues. This is all here to help you. This is all, everything that you're resisting is all here to help you, give you what you say you want. It's going to require you being uncomfortable, getting uncomfortable, and going outside your comfort zone. If that is, I really don't want to go to the gym today. Or if it is, I'm putting myself out there, you know, as a speaker, as a coach, as, you know, I have this degree that I've never used and I want to get into this field, so I'm going to redo my CV or I'm going to make a new LinkedIn or whatever. Or it might be letting go of something. So this week in Money Mindset, we're doing the chapter in the book, Overcoming Under Earning, on stretching. And the challenge is to stretch, which is what we're talking about here. What do you need to do, say, or let go of? So I'll offer this to y'all. What do you need to do? What do you need to say? Or what do you need to let go of? And sometimes the letting go of one is the most challenging of all. It can be around anything. So this is the bigger stretch. So these smaller stretches where we're going, you know, doing the uncomfortable, you know, keeping our promises to ourselves, our commitments. Doing what we say we're going to do. This is where you really get to build the muscle. What do you need to do, say, or let go of? Does that question scare anybody, or like somebody like, oh my God, I know what I need to do and I don't want to do it? Is there anything like that happening? Not that. I'll let go of this, but I'm not letting go of that. Well, that thing you're saying you're not letting go of is the thing that is your biggest, holds the potential for the biggest breakthrough. It could be even a mindset, like a belief structure that you're not, you know, that you're just done with. Ooh. Yeah, so you think you get to, or you get to let go of your health problems. You're not sure how to do it, but it terrifies you. What's missing? That if you had it, then you would know how to do it. And it could be like, I know you've been in the Byron Katie, what's coming up is, you know, and you've asked about like, can you do the Judge Your Neighbor worksheet around health and body? And there is a way to do that. And remember the example she gave in the book? It was like, my body should be flexible, etc. And then you change that to my thinking. So I wonder if there's something there around, you need to let go of your thinking about your health problems, or the way that you think about your health problems. And so what you're saying is you're missing a clear path. So you feel like there's something unknown. There's something you don't know. I mean, I see a place to start I can share. And I would ask you, and this is what I say in my coaching, is, what's the tiniest baby step for you to start onto seeing a clear path? Yeah, Laura. Well, Jamie brought that up as a challenge or, something for them. We've all got stuff. So it could be wherever you feel stuck in your life. That these things are actually the path. Where you feel stuck is the pathway to your freedom. The obstacle is the way. So starting to see the challenges as opportunities. And that's what I was saying earlier about the finances. For those of you that struggle with that, because it's so easy to just think about money or whatever. I mean, think about health, think about body. It needs to be different for me to be okay. I don't like how it is right now, so I can't be okay until this thing changes. And it's about changing the mindset around that first of like, I notice I'm resisting this. And it's this internal surrender. So I don't know too much about autoimmune, but I think I heard Gabor Mate say that like it's rooted in the emotional issues. I mean, I think everything is. So, I mean, I'd ask you and I'd ask anybody, like, what's the baby step? What's the first baby step to up the staircase? Angela, work. That's not a surprise to hear. Totally. Yeah. And what I was going to say is the step, it's usually not going to be like going out here and doing something. It starts with this, with becoming a leader in your mind, taking charge of your thinking. Yeah. And what was that affirmation I said in the beginning? I am who I am for a reason. Angela, that's I'd say taking that day off is more than a baby step. I'd say that's a big step. And I really want to acknowledge you for that. Yeah, I showed it earlier. It stopped raining. Michael Singer, this morning, he was talking about the weather as he always does. As it was pouring rain, I did yoga on my porch. There was a mist on my face. And it was funny because he was talking about like, let the weather do whatever it is. If it's cold, let the cold in. Don't resist the cold. If it's hot, let the heat in. As I'm like feeling the rain. So let's get into the Reiki and Ancestral Clearing now. Yeah, I know it's quite hot in the West. In Bali, it's, quote, winter. There is no winter. I'm on the equator, but there's wet and dry season, rainy season and dry season. It's supposed to be dry season right now. But it's really like what they call wind season, which means it's cold. I wonder what the temp is actually. I mean, I know the high, but yeah, the low is 24 Celsius. Sorry, y'all in America. But yeah, but the high is still 29, which is, let's convert here. I can't even, I've lived away from the US for so long. Like, I'm in Celsius and yeah. So the low is 76 and the high is 84. So yeah, this is our winter. Well, it's supposed to be dry and not humid, but the weather is not, it's not normal, so. Ooh, wow. I know. I'm not looking for sympathy. I'm just giving like an equatorial comparison. So, all right. So the invitation with the weather is let it in. When you notice the mind having opinion about it, notice that, be aware of it, and release the preference. Feel the heat. Just allow, like, it's like this subtle, like, energetic thing of like this, like, stance, like this mental stance internally of feeling the wave of heat. And then noticing there's an opinion about it, there's a resistance about it, and then giving yourself a little game for a second. Oh, here it is. Here's the moment. Can I surrender? Can I let this heat in? It's coming in anyway. Can I stop pushing my emotional and energetic and mental hands against it? And you may see, I can't wait to get to the aircon, the AC. And maybe you want to hurry from the car to the house quicker. Notice that. Just slow down. Just the tiniest bit. This is the spiritual practice. This is the surrender. This is the stretch. This is the self-discipline. This is the being a leader. And I get to do that with the rain and with the wind. You know, it's a little chilly on my motorbike in the afternoons. Or if it rains because, you know, I live on a bike. Motorbike culture is here. I love my bike. If y'all follow me on Facebook and Instagram, you'll see sometimes me posting with my bike or whatever. You know, when you're in rainy season, when it's pouring torrential rain and you're on a little moped and you have your little poncho on, you know, there can be resistance, especially when it's rainy season. The rain will be like 18 inches deep, and you have to go through that on your motorbike, and it's an experience. So all of my socials are my name. So just like here, Natalie Speakman on Insight, YouTube, Natalie M. Speakman, M as in Marie. Facebook, Natalie Speakman. Instagram, Natalie M. So yeah, It's fun, Jamie, if you have the attitude that it's fun. It's all about attitude. If there's resistance, then it's not fun. So, same with the heat or whatever. Ooh, let me have this game. Let me have this experiment. Laura, great question. No, I miss my sister, one of my sisters. And I mean, I don't even really miss. I've been gone so long. You know, I'm not so spiritual that, you know, or I don't know how to say that, but my preference is that I live here, and no, there's no problem with me missing family. I'll just leave it at that. I'll keep it simple because it's time to wrap up. So let's get into the energy healing and clearing. I will bring in the topics and the energies into the healing, and also knowing that you will receive whatever's needed for your best and highest good. I mean, there's a bunch of people here. We've all got stuff and things. So, yeah, you will receive what is needed for your best and highest good, as I always say. So, Jamie, thank you for the donation. If anybody would care to donate, always appreciated. I do have Conversations with God book study scheduled this week. Follow me here so you'll be notified. Have all the replays on YouTube if you missed any. It's one of my top 3 books ever. And I have Reiki in the morning live again, more in the morning in the West, where we have a longer Reiki Ancestral Clearing session. Stay tuned for that. So let's go ahead and close our eyes. And drop in. I'm going to play this beautiful song I play sometimes that I love and many of you also love. It's just like instantly transporting into another dimension. So, yeah, take this in. I'm going to rewind it. And this will be our portal.
and continuing to float. With this energy. And breathing in and breathing out. Relaxing more and more, deeper and deeper. Infinite Creator, we love you. Thank you for loving us. For the highest good, please lift out all weight, pain, burden, sin, death, debt, negativity, spells, hexes, curses, black magic, white magic, guilt, fear, shame, unworthiness, and limitation of all kind. Transform them into your love and let your love flow back in and through them, filling and giving them all complete peace. Now and forever, please and thank you, please and thank you, please and thank you. Please help them love and bless each other, love and bless themselves. Be at peace with each other and at peace with themselves. Please and thank you, please and thank you, please and thank you. And allow this deep into your being, the phrase, I am who I am for a reason. I am who I am for a reason. You are here exactly as you are meant to be for a reason. To be the fullest expression of you and who you are now. Not if, not when, but now. What would it look like to fully accept who you are right now? That you are the fullest expression of God in form. That Source wants to know itself through you as you, right now, who you are now. Not when you reach some future point. Right now. Surrender to that. Trust that. Trust yourself. Trust Source. Trust your higher self, your inner being. That you are who you are for a reason. That you came here to embody that. The essence of who you are.
When you do that, every second, every moment, every time you choose yourself, you stretch yourself, you be on your own team, on your own side, you be the star mother to yourself, you be the King of Pentacles and Swords for yourself, within yourself. That you are becoming and unbecoming. That perfect essence of who you are now. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So be it done. Thank you. You can stay where you are, or you can choose to return to a wakeful state, slowly, gently, easily. If you come to open eyes, just sense and relax into yourself for a moment. I am who I am for a reason right now. Everything in my life is unfolding perfectly. Trust life. Trust Creator. And trust yourself. And build that trust and integrity within yourself by doing what we shared today. You're welcome, Wendy. We've got Rooster Joy in the background calling us to presence. Hi, Mark. So, if you haven't already, give me a follow here on Insight Timer, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. Check my website. If you feel called to reach out to me, do so. Check out my meditations, my group here, Natalie's Healing Circle. We're all in this together. And no one can do this for you, but you're not alone. Give a donation if you found this valuable. And I will see you all in a few days. I just heard a rooster. You're welcome, Mario. Thank you for joining, Andrea. Yes. Yes, yes. Much love to all of you. Louise, Jay, Tina, Laura, Amy and Nancy. Have a wonderful morning, afternoon, or evening.